Hey guys, welcome to the Hangs with Rog podcast, a podcast all about video games and pop culture in general. I'm your host, Rog, and today I have my two favorite friends in the world. I have Nathan, the Mexican.
Yeah, suck that, Chris.
Fuck you,
Jacob.
Chris. Roasted.
And Jade.
Jay.
And we also have Finn, the ginger boy.
Hola, senor.
Alrighty. Well, we need to make this a quick one apparently because Nathan doesn't like hanging out with us. He needs to go cook some fucking food.
He's already walking away. Can you hear him?
No, like you guys suck.
What do you mean?
No.
Explain yourself. You're on record now, so explain to the audience why you don't want to record some sweet content for them.
Crisp like vinyl. Look, let's just smash it out and see how we go.
Why do you want to smash it out though?
I want to smash you out, so shut up.
Ooh, okay.
What does it even... What?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm scared and aroused.
Ooh, you get aroused very easily. You might
Yeah, I was going to say, it happens on every episode.
check that
Sorry.
dick, bro.
Check it. Mr. Works, man. Mr. Works.
Alright, let's start the show the way we always do the past 3 times.
Yes.
With favourite story of the week. This is a favourite news topic where we talk about our favourite news topic of the week. Who wants to start this one?
I think Rag should start this one because you told me a news topic earlier and I'm really excited to hear about it. And excited probably isn't the right word considering the topic that we're about to discuss, but do go on.
Let me explain something to you, sir. I will always talk about my topic last.
Oh.
Well, I'll just go fuck
That's just my rule of politeness.
thumbs.
Thumbs?
I wish I had a thumb. You look like a thumb.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you have
I'm
friends
going
though?
for
No.
So who wants to talk about the topic?
Nathan can go first.
I don't want to go first. Okay, I'll go first. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rag and Finn.
Yep.
It appears that Solo didn't do too great in the box office, right?
What? But it was the best movie in the whole world. Didn't you say that?
Fuck you, for
Like,
one.
3 episodes ago?
Fuck you for 1. What about for 2?
Fuck you, fuck you.
Are you telling lies on our podcast? Is that what's happening right now?
I didn't tell a lie. It was the highest grossing movie of that week. It was the #1 movie in the world. Okay? Shut
Are
up.
you sure it wasn't for that minute when you were talking about it? Because
This
nothing
is
else
my news topic, not our news topic. Anyway, so as it turns out, Solo didn't do great at the box office, and
What?
Disney, fuck off it.
Whoa, okay. Sorry, I'm just shocked about this news. Beautiful.
Disney knows that it didn't do too great, obviously, because their bank accounts aren't like great. And the rumor swelling around the interwebs right now is that because it's not doing too great, they're putting certain other Star Wars movies on hold. One of the main ones being Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film.
No. That's dumb.
A lot of it
Is that
rumor.
like your last? Is that like that's it? That's what we're talking about? Like not in a bad way, but I mean like, have you heard anything else? Because I just read something else.
Oh.
Well, let's hear it.
So I was on comicbook.com and I think it must have been one of the news articles, but it said that there's rumors that you know how they're talking about a Disney streaming service?
Yeah.
That the first piece of Star Wars like new content that'll be on the Disney streaming service is an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
Ooh.
And that was
Straight
That's
to
interesting.
streaming.
Yeah, that's what like it said. Can you imagine if they did that? Because obviously they'd spend a fuckload of money on it, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be keen, but I want a theatrical release. I want like
I
it
agree.
to be a massive
Yeah,
deal. But
same.
yeah, that's what I read before. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things you just kind of take it as it comes.
Take
I
it
feel
with
like
a lump
lately,
of salt and cocaine.
yeah, like I feel like lately we've been really lucky with the rumors being true, I guess. Like, not lucky, but I mean, like, they've been pretty close. But I feel like this sounds like bullshit. Like, no way, they're making
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you think about it
just
this
'cause
way,
one movie. Yeah.
if you think about it, I mean, with regards to the thing that you were saying, Finn, is that what you mean? That sounds like bullshit?
What do you mean? Like about
Like the
yeah,
Obi-Wan
that's
thing?
kind of yeah, a little bit.
Well, I mean,
Sounds like that'd be a bit silly.
I see it from your point of view as well, but also if I'm trying to see it from Disney's point of view, the reason I think that they would do something like that potentially would be, or my reasoning for that, if they were like, Nathan, you're an executive at Disney, why do you want to put it on the streaming service? It would be, we're Disney, we're starting a streaming service, we need to like hit the ground running because we're not the first to this game. So we need to bring in heaps of people. So which fan base do we have that's one of the biggest that will bring in a lot of people? Star Wars. What can we put on the streaming service that will make them buy their subscription day one to watch our content? Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Either that or some sort of Star Wars TV show. Like Jon Favreau's Star Wars TV show is going to be on the Disney streaming platform. But that's a... See, it kind of comes back to like the Clone Wars versus Rebels sort of thing. Clone Wars did really, really well because it worked with established characters that you already knew and wanted to love but couldn't because there wasn't enough information on them, and then it sort of expands them. And then you go to a show like Rebels where it introduces you to an entirely new group of characters and says, hey, love them. And you're like, I don't love them. And it's just awkward. It's kind of like an arranged marriage. It's not good. I mean, it's good for business.
Hey,
but...
sometimes it is.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but essentially, do you know what I mean when I say that? Like, not that part, but the fact that an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie with an established character that people want and they want to see more of, putting that on the platform will draw fans into the platform, as opposed to just being like, oh, by the way, Jon Favreau's creating a show in the Star Wars universe with new characters that you don't know in a time period that you don't understand. Give us money. You know? I think it's kind of why like something like Rogue One performed really, really well. And I guess, what's it called? Solo didn't perform as well. I know Solo had one massive established character, but the rest of the people were like kind of new. Obviously the main trio, but the rest of them were kind of like new people. Yeah, sort of love. And Rogue One,
It's the same
well, it
for
had
Rogue
a
One
trio.
though. Like they had cameos of known characters,
I know what you mean,
but the main characters are all new.
Yeah, I agree for that part, but not just the characters, but the actual established timeline and that time period of things that were going on. Like,
okay,
I mean, we all knew where the Empire and the Rebels were at, and it just sort of expanded on that a little bit. And you knew about the Death Star, you were interested in the Death Star and how they got the plan, so it wasn't too hard to fall into the shoes of, these are the characters that are going to take you on that journey that you want to go on, whereas nobody wanted to go on the Solo journey.
Yeah, that's fair.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think as well, like with Solo, it's just like the production as well, because everyone who was massively keen for it was looking into the production of the film. So when they heard all these bad things happening, they were just not like me. I was 100, like all of us, we weren't keen for this movie. And then it started building like a little tiny bit of hype because Star Wars. But even then, I was maybe like 2 days before it came out, I was kind of keen.
Yeah, but that's because you're edgy and cool, though. You're not.
Yeah,
like,
true. Sorry, dude. I
You're
tried.
not like the rest of us. We're just normal peasants.
Normal peasants.
Yeah.
But I love you guys.
But yeah, I hope that's not true, man. Because like that would be pretty dumb. Like they gave us something that no one asked for, and it didn't perform as well as they wanted. So they're putting what we did want, what we've been asking for years, on hold.
On hold.
It doesn't make sense.
I know what you mean. I think maybe
dumb.
they probably do need to take a little bit of a break and not bring it out like once a year. Because the thing is, because then it kind of, maybe they're worried as well, like it might take away from the, what's it called? Like the trilogies as well.
Yeah, it's going to cause,
real.
it's going to cause Star Wars fatigue. But I think that the formula they were working on, which was one like mainline story, one side story, that works. I think that Solo really got hit hard by the let's drop it in May with all these other movies. Like that was dumb. Yeah. On top of that, I think in terms of the pushing stuff back or holding stuff, Solo had the largest budget of any Star Wars movie. Solo, the movie that performed the worst had the largest budget, and not by like a little bit. Like it cost like $50 million more than the Last Jedi to make.
Why did it cost? I don't understand. Like looking
So,
at
yeah, they
Yeah,
were
I don't
half. They
understand
were
that.
like a quarter or halfway into production. They say that they weren't halfway into production or anything, but they were halfway into production, and then they fired the directors, had to hire a new director and a new
and I guess Ron Howard would
writer to sort of yeah. Well, Ron Howard would have done it like yeah. I guess I don't know. He still would have required quite a decent sum of money. On top of that, yeah, obviously the cost of the director, the cost of going back, rebuilding the sets that they destroyed, re-CGIing the things that they'd already done, refilming everything, paying for all those actors for the extra amount of days that they needed, and the extra, what do they call it, with like the food and all that kind of stuff, catering. Like all that kind of stuff, you just would have added up. Like the same thing happened with Justice League. Like Justice League had a budget of like 200 million or something like that it was supposed to have, and with the fact that it fell apart in production, and WB was like, no, go back and do this and do that and do that and do that and do that, and let's get Superman back and CGI off a mustache. Like that pushed them up to a budget of like 450 million.
Yeah, fair
It
enough.
was ridiculous. So it just happens, man.
mental.
And I think that with something like The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, that I guess The Force Awakens more than The Last Jedi, that were extremely profitable. With that, they go, cool, we've got lots of money. Let's make this movie that might be a little risky, you know, like
Yeah,
Rogue One. That might not do as well. And Rogue One didn't perform great, but it's because it wasn't a mainline Star Wars story. You know, most people that go, oh, Star Wars, or Google Star Wars, they're going to be like, what the hell is Rogue?
didn't Rogue One like do okay?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It did okay, but it didn't do
Yeah,
anywhere
not
near as well as The Force
crazy.
Awakens or The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I guess.
And The Last Jedi did well starting, but it tapered off really quickly because a lot of fans didn't go and see it again, whereas they saw Force Awakens like
cool
5
Because it
kids
just got all
like,
shitty.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw it heaps of times. God damn it.
But yeah, I think it's just kind of like they've got money in the bank, same as like when we talk about Nintendo having their failures and stuff. They've got money in the bank ready to go, but ideally, I think they want to be making a massive profit on the movies and then using the profit to pay for the other movies, so that they're just constantly making profit instead of dipping into the bank that they could be using for other things. So if they're going to be slowing down on production of some movies, that would be the reason why. Their movie didn't perform well, they didn't earn enough profit, so now they've got to make a good movie that will profit heaps so they can afford to make the other movies and not be in a bad place.
I'm worried about episode 9.
I am not.
I'm just scared because I have no fucking idea what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
just worried,
Yeah, I
like the people who have been boycotting the Star Wars movies are
Oh,
just gonna keep doing it. That's still gonna be cool to hate Star Wars when episode 9
yeah,
comes
God
out.
damn it.
I agree. But yeah, I don't know. I think that in terms of like story, Ryan Johnson left us in a really good place. You know, like it's essentially a blank canvas for J.J. Abrams to come in and work on. He's finished the script and everything, so it's already in development, obviously. But I think that where Ryan Johnson left Kylo Ren is a very interesting place. Where he left Rey is very interesting as well, and all of the other characters. It's just, I don't know, for me, I'm really excited to see where all of them go and where they end up. And I think the main thing that I want to see in episode 9 is a time jump. Like, I don't want it to pick up right where the other one left off. Because I think the main complaint with the current Star Wars trilogy that I agree with is that it feels small.
Yeah, it should have jumped a bit.
Yeah, but I don't just mean in terms of time, but it just feels very self-contained. It doesn't feel like grand. It doesn't feel like this massive war. It just feels like two little factions. It's like star battles, you know?
It's almost
That's-
like Star Wars.
That's what I'm saying. It's like star battles because it's not a war. It's like these little battles. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like I want to see them expand in this one. I want to see a time jump, and I want to see a bunch of different planets, and I want to see where this world has come to since not the old Republic, but the Republic.
Yeah,
That's what I want to see.
Old Republic, the movie.
So that, a bit of an expansion of the Jedi Order. I want to see something new come of the Jedi Order as well. I felt like they were going to really move towards like this grey Jedi kind of balance between the light and the dark sort of thing. And it felt like they kind of pulled back from that. Like they started talking about it and they were like, the Jedi need to die. And then at the end they were like, the Jedi aren't going to die. I was like, fuck. God damn it. Should have killed them.
Well,
No, I'm going to be interested where Star Wars goes no matter what. Like I'm going to be there at every single movie until the day I die. Like,
which is when they're going to stop making them, right?
Exactly right. After
Yeah.
I died, there's no need to make them anymore. I am the biggest Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I am staring at like $5,000 worth of lightsabers on my wall. So
Fucking hell. You crazy man.
I am a crazy man, crazy about
So
Star
good,
Wars.
though.
Anyway, that is my topic. Couple of tangerines in there, but that was my favorite.
Tangerines.
Well, not favorite news topic because it really hurt my heart to read that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want
fair
that.
call.
But I do kind of want them to step back a little bit and just take a bit of time because you don't want. Yeah, I really want to walk
Make
into
quality
episode
stuff
9
instead of
going
just
like,
pumping out.
well, even if they, I think the other thing as well is like even if it's not, it's like what Nathan said before about if you have too much of something, you're not going to be that keen on it. Like, so if they just take a bit of time,
Because we're all
kick back.
spoiled brats.
We're so spoiled. Pop culture wise, we are literally the most spoiled anyone's ever been. And like, it's going to be funny, like, if in 40 years from now, we're looking back at this time going, Jesus, we had literally everything coming out. Because there's going to be a time where shit's going to slow down and stuff's going to be crap and people are going to stop watching it. And
Yeah.
I'm scared for that time because, like, the Marvel Universe being, like, kind of finishing up with the current people they have and that's over. Like, that period's over and it's been such a, like, really sick ride. It's, yeah, I'd like a perfect example, like when they were talking about bringing out more DC movies, like, ooh, it's been a little bit from Batman, made kind of an average one, and it's just like, ooh, kind of teetered downhill from there, and no one's gonna be that keen. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want them to chill out, and I want to walk into episode 9 with nostalgia feels, which I feel like I'm not going to now because of what they've done. But I don't know. I'm still gonna hopefully enjoy it.
Year and a half.
Yeah, true.
I think that's
Yeah.
kind of a good break. Like, we got Solo in
Definitely.
May, and then mainline episode the following year around Christmas. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm happy with that. But anyway, what is your topic, Finn?
Hey, hi. So, guys, you obviously know what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm still going to ask the question. Did you guys hear what happened with Bethesda and Warner Bros?
No,
Westworld?
Finn. Why don't you tell
No,
us?
Daniel. Why don't
Oh
you
my
tell me
God.
what are you talking about, bro?
Wow. I want to die. Jesus. Okay, cool. So, a few days ago, you guys might have seen, and I know you did, that Bethesda filed a suit against Warner Brothers for their, God damn it, for their
What
new
kind of
mobile
suit?
game. Just a nice
Like a
like
laser
silk
suit,
one.
Larry? Or...
His suit jammers.
pinstripe suit, a nice pinstripe suit against Warner Brothers. Yeah, so they filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers about the new Westworld game that I literally had no idea was a thing until they got sued, which is cool marketing, guys. I haven't watched Westworld. I think I've watched like one episode with you, Rog. I think maybe
With us. It was both of us.
Together?
were you
All three of
there?
us? Yeah, cool.
I was.
Me
I
or
slept.
Nate?
It was wonderful.
Yeah, he slept because that's the
Of course
thing.
he
Like
slept.
me and you will talk about something
Piece
happening
of
on the
shit.
screen, and if he doesn't get involved, we think he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they basically brought out a game that is very similar to Fallout Shelter, which I think you guys played. Did you?
Fallout
give it a go,
Shelter?
or-
What's
Yeah, you guys
that,
play?
Finn? Please
Oh
tell
my
us
God,
more.
well, a few E3s ago, Bethesda was like, you know what? It'd be sick if we just brought out some shit real quick and brought out some stuff day of E3. So like, hey guys, Fallout's coming out in about 3 months. Fallout 4? No, Fallout 4?
Fallout 4.
Yeah. 4. And also, as of today, you can play this new Fallout Shelter game, which is just fucking sick. What's it like, Rog? Like, what would you,
What do you mean?
explain Fallout Shelter to someone? Like, if you would explain Fallout Shelter to someone, what game would you try and tie it into?
It's like a sort of, I don't know, shelter management where you manage your people and grow your shelter with like workers.
You have like levels that go down, and you
make
can,
them
and then
breed little babies and grow your population and defend your vault against enemies from the
people coming in trying to
wasteland.
fuck shit up. You can send people out. You can like upgrade them. It's a pretty cool little game. I lost like a fair few hours playing that actually because I was like, as all of us were, I was so hyped for Fallout. I was like, I need to play something. Like went to midnight release Fallout 4 as well. But yeah, so Fallout Shelter, nice little game. Still actually bringing content to it. They're constantly upgrading it and stuff, which is cool. But so Bethesda hired a company. I'm gonna look for it called Behavior Interactive, and they were hired by Bethesda to work on Fallout. But then that company decided to not work on the Fallout thing anymore, and they decided to work on the Westworld game, which is where the issues are coming from. Why are you laughing? God damn it!
Cause it's so dumb.
What's dumb? Like
What
just the
they
fact that-
did.
yeah, like so obviously.
I mean,
Bethesda
I don't know
Fallout
anything
Studio,
about
Fallout
these
isn't-
games. Please tell us more, Finn.
So, the thing is, Bethesda Fallout fucking massive. Like the amount of downloads they had for Fallout Shelter was huge. Like first day they announced like can't even remember, but it was massive amounts of people downloading it. Free game, obviously people are going to play it, and money coming in from that game too because you can buy little like crate things to make your base better. But yes, this company decided to bounce and start working on Westworld, and turns out they basically pretty much stole code from the Fallout game because the games are insanely similar.
Can you call that stealing though? Well, I guess you can. Like they
Well, you
made
can
it,
because-
but it's
Yeah, like they
property
were
of
asked to work on
Bethesda.
it, and then they've gone
Yeah.
and done goofed it, and like the way, because it said that the legal documents were posted online. So it says behavior breached its contract with Bethesda and utilized its restricted access to Bethesda's intellectual property, including Bethesda's copyrighted code, trade secrets, and other rights, to compress its development timeline, reduce costs, wow, and quickly bring to
Reduce
Westworld.
costs.
No. I was like talking, and I'm just like, I'm going to say something stupid. And quickly bring the Westworld
Title of
mobile
the show:
game to market.
Reduce
So
costs.
done. Yeah. So basically, they used their knowledge and used the coding from Fallout Shelter to make money easier by bringing out this basically carbon copy, but the Westworld version with different animation, and the same kind of shit. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get fucked up. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be the
It's
small
just-
little game company
So silly.
and Warner Brothers.
And did you hear how they came to realize that it was basically the same code?
No, I didn't actually.
So they had the exact same glitches in both games.
Ooh,
So
the
they
code's
use
literally-
exactly the
Literally
same
copy and
code,
paste.
so similar that they like have the same glitches, and they were like, "Hang on, how do you explain that?" And they were like, "Well, sue me, motherfucker."
Some pussy.
So
And then they did,
got
and now
sued.
they're getting sued.
Yeah.
Lol.
So
Yeah, I
silly.
reckon it's going to be interesting because, like, the Westworld game, obviously I didn't hear anything about it, and now I reckon people heaps like I've just downloaded it because we're talking about it.
Oh really? It keeps popping
I'm
up
gonna give-
on everything for me.
I haven't seen it. Maybe
like
it's
on
just
Facebook.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, can you give it a go? See if it's actually exactly the same. I've seen a couple of comparison gameplay videos. The only thing that looks different is the animation. Everything
Yeah.
else is just kind of like copy
Like
this
setting.
sprite, this
It's
sprite
Fallout
does this.
Shelter
Yeah.
and Westworld with Westworld
Yeah,
skin.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is-
interesting little, I don't know, bit of pop culture suing news. It's nice. Good times.
Yeah.
Don't steal people's shit. The end. Dogs.
Like it's funny because like you have things like, for example, Fortnite and PUBG where it's like the same mode, and they're like, "Man, you ripped us off," and they're like, "Well, it's just a game mode, man. Like, are you gonna sue? Fucking, is Doom gonna sue every first-person shooter for stealing Deathmatch or Quake, whoever the fuck came up with it first? Like, you know." And then you have this where it's like
It's actually like
It's-
full copy
they've
paste.
actually
pasta.
use the same coding.
Like, that's
It's
fucked.
like that's
And
fucking dumb.
I don't understand how they thought they could get away with it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like you've got an assignment and you've got an assignment due and you've got this time frame and you've got 500 words left and your topic is on this. You type the topic online, just get some ideas. You're like, wow, that's a really good paragraph. Oh, that's
And you write it
500
down.
words. It's looking pretty nice.
Copy and paste.
Copy pasta straight in. You
Copy
finish.
paste.
You finish your thing. You got some time to play some Fallout Shelter or some Westworld because you've done that. All good.
Submit it.
it's- Submit it, and then you get fucked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shouldn't have done it.
Great analogy
it-
there,
they've-
Finn. Great analogy.
They've literally, as well, like the game company itself, have blacklisted themselves for sure now. Like no one is going to go to them.
Real dumb.
So yeah,
Real
Warner
dumb
Brothers doesn't give a
stuff.
shit. They have enough money, but I don't think they need any more like bad publicity.
Because I
towards-
don't think it's gonna fall on them because
Nah, they've just hired them to do it. But I guess,
very silly.
yeah, I don't know. They should have run their checks. I guess it's like
Yeah,
one of those
yeah.
things. Like when someone releases a piece of music, it's up to the record label as well to ensure that they're not.
Yeah, so
Copyrighted.
much of that happening as well. Yeah. True.
Yes, that's my little bit
True.
of news for the day, my friends.
Very good. Thank you very much for that, Finn. Now,
Informative.
Are you ready for my topic?
Yes. I'm so ready.
Are
I
you
literally
sure?
have no idea what
Because I don't actually think you're ready for this jelly.
Please. I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Okay,
I'm
so
excited.
Super Mario Odyssey has got this little, I guess, expansion called Luigi's Balloon World Mode. Have you guys played that?
I haven't played it, but I've heard of it.
You haven't? Okay, so from what I saw, it's basically a little extra thing where there's balloons hidden all around the world and shit, and you go find them, right?
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've allowed players to hide balloons around the world. So then other players can go around, find those balloons and go, hey man, I found your balloon. So I get extra points or moons or whatever the fuck. Right?
Yep.
So on those balloons, you have your little, like the player's avatar. So little Nintendo icons. So like whether it's Yoshi or Animal Crossing character, whatever your avatar is, right? For your Switch thing. So some people found a way to hack into that and basically allowing them to upload their own images to the balloons instead of being restricted to the Nintendo ones. Can you see where this is going?
Yeah, I can totally see where this is going.
So, yeah, go on, sorry.
Can you please send a photo in the group chat just so we can have live reactions to me seeing this for the first time?
No, I don't have a photo of what.
I'm scared.
Hold on, I'm gonna search
Nintendo balloon.
I'm gonna search Super Mario Odyssey.
People were basically putting up pornographic photos on their balloons. So
it looks like hackers are using balloons to put porn into Super Mario. Fuck, you know what? I love gamers, and I love.
Honestly, I just googled this news article, and the first response was a link to Pornhub. I'm scared. I'm gonna click it.
I literally have one of like a model-looking sprite wearing like a short dress, and Mario's wearing like his pirate outfit, and he's like staring at her.
Oh no!
I'm scared.
That's so good, but that's so bad at the same time. They're saying like it wasn't really that widespread. It was pretty hard to kind of find them, but
fuck, I'm looking at it right now. Dear God.
Did you find some?
It's a female having a good time with a certain device.
I'm so looking at it now.
Shit. Oh man, so many people are butthurt. This is why, sadly, we may never get to choose our profile picture because of stuff like this. Most upvoted comment as well. Fuck off.
So good.
I think I'm on the exact same post as you, Finn.
Yeah, parents disable online on your children's Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you on Polygon?
Reddit.
Reddit, because that's where it was originally posted.
Right.
One of the subreddits.
On Polygon. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is hilarious, but also I can semi-understand because Nintendo's probably seen as more like a kid. They're kids games, like
100%. That's what I mean.
Goddamn,
like it's so great, but it's so bad at the same time.
Like it's hilarious, but
how good is the internet?
Oh shit, it's so good.
Yeah. Can you imagine like you didn't know about this and you just going around looking for balloons and you find one was like two chicks like scissoring or something?
Like, hey dad, why are these girls hugging like that? What's going on?
Why do they hug with their legs? Son.
Hey, Dad, why is
lovely
that
little
milk
act
coming
called
out
leg
that
hugs.
guy's willy?
Leg hugs.
We call them lugs in my country, kids.
Why is that girl milking that guy's dick? So yeah, I went through some news topics and I was like, oh, new Dragon Ball Z movies or remastered movies coming out in theaters in November. I was like, yep, great. And I saw that, I was like, nah, that is my topic for the week. You're welcome, world. You're welcome. So if you haven't, they've probably been taken off by now. But yeah, if you get the chance, and you don't want to go onto your traditional pornographic website, just jump onto Super Mario Odyssey, man. It's portable.
And you can buy it for $316 on eBay. Actually, not anymore. That special's gone.
Yeah. All right, that's it for ours news topics for
You always do that.
the weeks. Yeah, I can't
Beautiful.
speak. I'm just special.
It's okay. English isn't your first language. It's alright. I forgive you.
Yeah, no, not even my first language. I do that in every language I speak. Just part of my brain's retarded.
I just want to hear your parents roast you for like speaking incorrectly in French.
Alright, let's move on to our next segment, which is what you're watching.
Insert segment here.
What are you watching?
Alright, this is What Are You Watching, the segment where we talk about what movies, TV shows we've been watching, video games we've been playing, that sort of stuff.
Beautiful.
So
Yes.
let's get into that one. Nathan, did you want to start that one again?
Yeah, sure.
So Finn, what have you been watching this week?
Oh, look at roasted. So,
I'm gonna kill myself.
2 weeks in a
Good.
row, motherfucker.
Good Brooks, every single time, it's just like he's a little puppy, or he's a little baby. Like you're about to give him a piece of candy. He's like, "Huh?" And you just take it away, and then you push him down a well as well.
It's my favourite thing to do. I look forward to that.
Pushing
every
little
week.
babies down wells. That's fucked up, dude. So
Excuse me. What?
Are you actually not gonna let me go first?
Why would you go first?
I was actually going to let him go first, but
Oh, it's just.
This is
fucking
funny.
like it. Yeah, it's funny. So, I went to the cinema.
so Nathan,
and I
what did you watch?
God damn it! Now I got roasted. Fuck.
I went to the
So
cinema.
Finn, what did you watch?
I don't know, Rog. What did
So
you watch?
Nathan,
Went to the cinema.
The cinema. Who's actually going first? Because now I'm just confused.
Let's go at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
So today, the other day, I went to the cinema, and I saw myself some Dinosaurs.
booty.
Dino booty. Yeah, I went to see Jurassic World, the Lost Kingdom. Is that what it's called?
The what? The stroke?
Fallen Kingdom. That's it. Sorry, I got Lost World and Kingdom mixed up because it's the same movie. Lol. Not really. So yeah, I went to the cinema and I
Last one's
saw
better.
Jurassic World, the second one, Fallen Kingdom.
They probably wanted to call it the Lost World or the Fallen
Lost
World,
Kingdom
but
or
they
something.
couldn't because it
Yeah.
would have been Jurassic World: The Fallen World.
Yeah, that'd be disgusting.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like someone lets that pass.
See, the next
God.
series of movies is going to be Jurassic Kingdom: The Fallen World.
That's amazing. Yeah, so I went to see that. I love the old ones, kind of sentimental, old school like movies. I like them, like 90s movies. I know what's coming up, so I like all of them as well. Like a lot of people give hate to the third one of the last trilogy, which was Lost World. I'm pretty sure. I know it was the second one.
Every time I
You
think
guys
about the third movie, all I remember is. You remember the song he has on his little satellite phone?
Yeah, satellite phone.
And then you're like-
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
it's so haunting.
That's pretty good filmmaking though when you think about it. That you
Yeah.
can still think
Then
about that.
he eats the dude, and then you just
And then
like, what's that
it's-
sound? It's like
like, what's that ring?
and it's like in the dinosaur's stomach. It's epic. Spinosaurus versus T-Rex for days. It was an awesome fight. I
Yeah, so you
enjoyed that
like
movie.
the-
If I watched it
You
again,
like the
I don't
first
know.
one,
I haven't. Yeah, I like all three. I haven't seen them in ages. I've got them on
Interesting to
Blu-ray,
see,
so it
yeah,
might be worth.
how you feel
actually-
if you saw it again.
Yeah.
I've watched them all recently. They're still awesome. I like
Still hold up. Yeah,
that
I've seen them
scene
a few
from
times.
the original one where like they jump out of the truck and all the dinosaurs just chilling there, and then the music starts playing. Like, still holds up to this day.
Yeah, amazing.
Still
So
fucking
good. When you
amazing.
it's like you're seeing that for the first time every single time. Yeah, so I went and saw that. I kind of liked the first Jurassic World. I don't know, Chris Pratt, I love him, so I think he helps a lot. And it was also like one of those things, nostalgia. I hadn't seen a Jurassic movie in ages. Obviously, better CGI, some big actors, big blockbuster movie, a lot of money behind it, a lot of backing. Yeah, really, I'd probably give it like, I don't know, 7 out of 10. I didn't hate it, definitely, no way.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, like I dug it. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but it was kind of different, and it's what I wanted to see in that film. When they announced they were doing a new one, I was like, yeah, kind of keen. I'll go see it, whatever. So yeah, book Gold Class. and because I'm edgy and cool, I was like, I'm gonna hate this film. I'm a volcano here, and I'm gonna hate it. I did not like it a lot. I didn't hate it. I probably wouldn't see it again.
You're saying
for a while.
7 out of 10 was for the original Jurassic World.
Yeah, the original.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I was really confused as well. I was like,
that's what I was
oh.
confused.
Sorry, let me just clarify. 7 out of 10 for Jurassic World, the first one. Jurassic
Okay.
World Fallen Kingdom, I would probably give it a 4.5, 5.
Okay,
There's
that makes
a
more
lot of
sense. I was really
flaws
confused just then. I was like,
in the
what?
film. There's a lot of stuff like the script, like all the what do you call it? Just the way they decided to do this film, like explain why they had the dinosaurs there, what was happening with the original Jurassic Island, how they got them to a certain point, and how they moved the dinosaurs. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And then it's just a bit old. And I don't know, there's a lot of flaws with the film, and I get it. Like a lot of people, like, you're watching a movie about fucking dinosaurs that were brought back from like mosquitoes' DNA, bruh. But it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. There's still flaws, and you could have done it better. So 4.5, 5 out of 10. There's some nice moments in it, which kind of got me in the feels because there's a lot of stuff happening with dinosaurs, and like it's kind of interesting because the whole thing they flip on it is, oh, these dinosaurs are humans, because there's like animal rights activists trying to save them from a certain thing.
Excuse me, what?
What?
What did you say? Those dinosaurs are human.
What? Did I say that?
He said there's human activists saying that the dinosaurs are animals.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't paying
that's what I said.
attention.
Thanks, man. So there's human rights activists who are animal rights. No, I said animal rights. Animal rights activists who are like.
I'm pretty sure you said those dinosaurs are human.
Listen back, faggot.
I
Listen back.
will. I will.
I'm so right. If I'm not right, I owe you a Mars bar.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I want a
shove
Mars
it up
bar.
your
Can I get a
butt.
Mars bar too?
Well, we'll make a bet, and then you can win a Mars bar probably,
We
because
can go
I'm
halves.
usually wrong.
I'll share it
Fuck,
with
you guys. Okay, everyone gets a Mars bar. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you, Oprah. Finbra.
You get a
Bro.
Mars bar. You get a Mars bar. So, there's animal rights activists who are like up in arms about what's going to happen to the dinosaurs, and you kind of like, when I was sitting there, I was like, that's fucking stupid. They're like made out of a thing. But then when you see the dinosaurs, the like nice, like not eating people dinosaurs that are trapped in like a certain
Herbivores?
situation. Yeah, herbivore ones, and they're just like chilling, and they're just sad, and they're like, "Please help me." And you're like, "I want to help you. I'm sorry."
Man, that
And,
ruined the movie for Jade.
Really sadness.
Yeah, you know when? So basically, the thing is, they're like, so this volcano is gonna erupt on this island, and all the dinosaurs are gonna die if you leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to do something. So that's what those activists are trying to do, like save those dinosaurs. Well, volcanoes gonna erupt. If you don't want any spoilers for this movie, maybe stop listening for the next minute. Starting now. The volcano erupts, and obviously some of the dinosaurs do die. You see one of them like trying to jump on the ship that leaves the island with all the dinosaurs that are being saved, and you see that one long neck motherfucker just like
long neck motherfucker.
Gets-
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. Long neck motherfucker.
he dies in the hot lava, and you see that happen as the ship is pulling away, and they're all like staring at him, being like,
And he's
"Oh,
just
fuck,
like
man."
staring at he's literally staring at you, like he's staring at the lens,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Whoa." And then there's like ash and the smoke and the lava is like all coming in, and he literally has nowhere to go because if he jumps off, he's gonna drown. But I'm just like, that's pretty well done, because I was literally at the start of the film like, this is fucking stupid. But then I'm like, oh nah. And maybe they did that. Maybe they did that on purpose, because then it kind of...
Yeah, Jade was like
But-
legit angry. She was like, the rest of the movie, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then she left the movie, and she's like, why do they have to show that? I didn't need to see that. Like, I knew they were going to die. I didn't need to see
Can
it.
I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yeah, dude.
You guys remember in Jurassic Park 1?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, just for the listeners, I
Get
have not
sidetracked
seen
from
this
his own question. Go on.
Yeah, no
Oh.
shit.
like for the listeners, I have not watched Jurassic World 2, The Lost Kingdom.
Have you seen The Standing Kingdom, though?
No. But
The initial
question
kingdom.
that I was going to
Yeah,
have
the
is
initial kingdom.
I saw in a review of the movie that there are a lot of callbacks to the original, and one of them in particular was with this Brachiosaurus or Apatosaurus. I don't remember which dinosaur it is, but
I think it was a brachie.
Yeah. where just as he's gonna die, he does the exact same thing that it did in the first movie. The first time you see it, he like stands up on its rear legs and like it's like and I was like, what? That's just like the most heartbreaking place to put a callback.
Yeah.
That guy, but I think that's the whole point, because they're like feeding your nostalgia, and you're like, I think that's why it affected me, and that's probably why it affected Jade so much, Rog, because she likes the originals heaps, yeah?
Well, fun fact is she watched them all very recently.
What? She never seen them before?
No, because I think she saw like the original one ages ago, but like wasn't really a fan of it. And then we saw Jurassic World when it came out. She was like, "Oh, I'm actually digging this. Let's watch the rest of them." So we watched all the other ones, like pretty recently, maybe last year. But yeah, I don't remember where we were going with this.
Yeah, we're just saying how maybe like
talking about callbacks.
Maybe that's why it affected.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I know I spoke to both of you about my feelings about watching / not watching this movie, but you know, I really enjoyed the trailer. I know that the trailer pretty much gave away the whole movie. I haven't heard one good thing about the movie from people, not just like reviewers and random critics on the internet. I actually haven't looked into much of that, but people that I know that have watched the movie, not one of them has like thoroughly enjoyed it. Most people have been like, yeah, it was fine, or it was bad. Like those are the two responses.
Yeah.
So
mediocre movie.
I don't know,
and it's making all the money as well.
It's gonna have to wait till it's on Netflix for me. I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. Like I wouldn't like. That's what we said. Like when you said you were like on the fence, kind of. And you even saying like, I'm probably never going to see it. Like I'm not going to see it till it comes out. But like, yeah, don't waste your money, because I know you're just going to walk out of there feeling like, why did I waste $15 on this?
Yeah.
Like I think there's some good things you can take away from it. I really liked Chris Pratt in it. I thought his character was really good. I liked how he kind of progressed the character. I really
one of the critics that I
fuck, no worries, man.
Yeah, cool, no worries. Thanks, dude. Every single time. Kill myself. I'm just going to play Sticks and Stones. Fuck this shit.
What do you mean? No, what were you saying?
Sorry, what? Titties. I was just saying Chris Pratt was really good, and the ginger girl, I love her, and I want to marry her. The end.
Okay. Cool. And then, what were you saying, Tangerine?
Nothing.
Okay, sick. The bit that like lost me was like, I was like, this is okay, and then they're like, okay, we're working on this new dinosaur again, because we had the Indominus Rex from the other Jurassic World movie, and they're like, well, this one's more raptor than the old one. What are we going to call him? Indoraptor. And I was like, nah, that's it. I'm done. You lost me. From then on, I was just like, no, too much. But yeah, I think I agree with what you said, Finn.
The definition
4.5 out of 5.
The word.
Yeah.
The definition of the word endo is to combine, like it's combining form. So Endoraptor because it's a combination of things, and Indominus Rex is a combination of.
I understand that, but it's still fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like as much reasoning as I can put behind it, it's still fucking lame.
Yeah. It's.
They should have just called him.
Go for the
Super
obvious.
Raptor.
Or like just do something different. Fuck. I don't know.
Super Faptor.
But yeah, like their
depressing,
quote unquote plot twist was like kind of gay.
What was the plot twist?
The not so much, I guess, plot twist, but like their secret cameo. The Asian dude was the one. That...
Oh yeah, like I just thought he was going to be in it because he's in all the other ones.
Yeah, I was like
they would have had to have someone who's like geneticist, like crazy, and obviously he didn't die in the other one. That's the thing; they just fucking keep him around. Spoilers. They just keep him around at every single one. You're just like, fuck off, mate. Go back to Law and Order. Go fight some bad guys. Shit.
You're better as a fucking shrink. You fuck.
Piece of shit.
Have you been watching anything else? Played anything else, Finn?
A shitload of blops lately.
Fuck yeah, that makes me so happy, man.
Yeah,
so
I'm
started
actually
playing Black
loving
Ops
it so
3
much.
again.
But yeah,
is it still free?
Pardon?
Is it still free on PSN?
I'm not sure. I don't know if that was like a short time thing. Might be, but obviously I already own the game, so all I did was just re-add it. I like added it to my library just in case I ever lose the physical edition.
Yeah.
I'll probably what I'll probably do is when I trade a game in, I'll probably just trade this in physical, and then I'll keep the digital copy. Obviously.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah,
But,
fuck, so much fun, man. It's like what 3 years old now, and still, it's my
beautiful.
favorite. I have so much fun playing that game. So
It's your
I'm
fab?
quite happy that you're playing it.
John Favreau?
'cause- Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm really, really loving it, man.
Good times. We'll get you to
I-
that. Have you ever prestige in any Call of Duty games?
Modern Warfare 2, many prestige, my friend. So many fucking hours on that game. Jesus Christ. Too
I've
many
only
hours.
ever prestige in Black Ops games.
Really? Never
Yeah.
on Modern Warfare. Were you like a big Modern Warfare fan, or?
Not really. Try to be because like everyone was in it, but I was like, it's okay. Like I still played a fair bit, but like I just wasn't like that good at it, so I was just like getting frustrated. Same as all the other ones. Whereas Black Ops is like the only one where I've poured my soul into.
Yeah. The thing for me that I noticed a massive difference was obviously I hadn't played on an FPS in a while, and I'm not very good. Like I'm super average, but like I've always been playing games for a few years, like since I was 12, younger than that. Yeah, fetus in my fucking. Yeah, so.
in my fucking.
In my own balls. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've always been super average, but I noticed playing an FPS like Call of Duty with good internet, dear God, the difference is insane. Like, I think previously when I'd play, if I chuck Black Ops on, I don't know, people are like, oh, lag is the excuses. But yeah, I've noticed I've been playing like some pretty decent games when I'm.
Is that the beeping from Black Ops?
No.
Was
Wait,
it?
Actually? Wait, what do you mean? There shouldn't be anything coming through.
There's something beeping.
I can hear beeping.
Does that come through? Does that come
It's
through?
your controller.
That's fucking beautiful. I'm sorry. Dear God. Wait, game over. Cool. Yeah, so that was perfect because I was playing it. I was playing Sticks and Stones. Yeah, so I've noticed that I play like I'm getting way better KD since I've got good internet. It's insane.
One of those. You're gonna blame it on the internet. Blame it on the
Well,
lag. Blame it on the lag.
But the KD is getting a lot better. Like that game we played together.
Turn down the volume on your controller, please.
Bro, I'm turning it off right now. So the game is finished. Yeah, so like the game me and you were playing, Rag. Like I was like 5 kills down, then all of a sudden I got like 8 kills in a row, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? What is my life? This never happens.
You changed it.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's fun to actually get some kills and get like a good KD for once.
Especially like at the moment, because a few people would have jumped on for the first time, seeing that it was free.
Some free game noobs.
Yeah, so that was a good time to jump back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, very glad to have you on board. So, anything else?
Playing. Oh, actually, call back to last week when I talked about. What was I talking about? I was talking about the TV show that I always watch, Blacklist.
Blacklist, yeah.
So what did I say specifically? Do you guys remember? You probably don't. Cause maybe you don't listen.
They killed off one of the main characters.
And I was like,
because I
probably
listened to
haven't
you
killed them.
and I love you.
So spoiler alert: they didn't fucking kill the main character. They were just alive. So I literally guessed it straight away. I was like, God damn it! So when they like appeared on the screen, because it was one of those things like this person looking for the certain person was looking at like a picture. Someone had given them a picture, and you can't see what's on the picture, and their eyes like widen. I'm like, motherfucker's alive. And then the person like walks in, and then like the screen, like the camera pans over, and then said person is alive, and I'm just like, that's not a shock.
None of the listeners watched that show.
Well, I said spoiler alert.
Did you?
So,
okay, no, that's fine then. I missed that.
Yeah, so Blacklist. Yeah, I think that's the season finale of season 3. I think there's like 5 seasons and it's still going.
Okay.
I don't even know what's going. Comic Book Men got cancelled after 9 seasons. I think 9. 8,
9?
7, something like that.
Really?
They had fucking heaps, man, because they were killing the ratings because they were right on after Talking Dead in America.
Yeah.
So AMC had Walking Dead, massively crazy rated show, and then they had Talking Dead, and then straight after was Comic Book Men. So they obviously lost a lot of viewers during the end of Walking Dead. They lost a few viewers after Talking Dead, and then that extra bit was kind of helping that show keep afloat. So yeah, the guys from Comic Book Men have decided to just do, because that got cancelled. They're like, cool, we've done it for ages. Didn't realize it was going to go this long. 99 episodes. Fucking so sad. Or 98, something like that. And yeah, they've decided to do a Patreon podcast. So you can put your money towards that and listen to them. So if you're fans of those guys, then you can listen to them. And I've watched the show a couple of times. I didn't hate it. I think the first season was very corny. Just because it was very, what's the word? Like, they portrayed themselves as people would see them, like real nerdy and just, I don't know, didn't like it that much. But yeah, it gets a little bit better. I haven't seen anything past like season 2, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching /news /YOLO.
Sick. Nathan.
What's that?
What have you been watching, man?
Well, I mean, I think at last time we spoke about what I was watching, it was Silicon Valley, and we all know that I finished that very, very quickly. But aside from that, I haven't started any new shows on Fox or anything yet. I'm really keen to get into Westworld. Wow, my voice just disappeared. I'm really keen to get into Westworld, because I know there's a lot of that I can watch, and I've kind of fallen off of Legion. I got a little bit bored in season 2, even though season 1 I thought was one of the most solid, fantastic, like up there with Daredevil as like my favorite Marvel TV shows, like really good. But the thing about Legion is it's not going to be for everyone. Not everybody's going to enjoy that because it's wacky. Anyway, that's what I had been watching. Currently, I started a new show. Some of you might have heard of it, called Luke Cage. Season 1 from ages ago. I think the general consensus between the three of us was that season 1 was good, but it got a little bit shit towards the end. Like, it's really good for like the first, half to 75% of the show, and the rest of it's kind of eh. The three of us watched episode 1 of season 2 here at my house, a couple of days ago. Yesterday, I think. No, the day before. We watched the episodes. Anyway, we didn't enjoy it. I actually wasn't planning on going back into it and continuing to watch it at all. But my little brother has actually finished season 2.
Oh.
And he actually enjoyed it. He did say that it gets better. So I thought, look, I'll give it a chance. I'll see if I'm enjoying it. So I have been watching it. The things that bothered me in episode 1 continue to bother me. Like, if we're going to talk, just to give you a bit of an idea, a couple of spoilers for episode 1. Not really anything major like deaths or anything like that. But I don't think it was like talked about. But Mariah, Cornell's brother, who's, in season 1. Can we talk season 1 spoilers?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Can we talk about season 1?
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, cool. So
yeah, sorry, go on. Just go on.
So Mariah, who is Cornell's brother, who Cornell played.
Okay, you said it again.
Out from season 1. Yeah, that's what I thought you wanted me to repeat myself because you didn't understand.
Yeah, but you said it again. You said Mariah is Cornell's brother.
Oh, that, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought you said it once, I'm like, nah, I'm just going to let it go. And then you said it again.
Cornell's brother. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, so,
Are they cousins? I think they're cousins.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Cousins. They're family of some sort. Anyway,
Yes.
I hated her in season 1. I continue to hate her in season 2. But now she's in like this weird relationship with Shades.
Yeah, she's his auntie.
Like,
Yeah.
it makes me really uncomfortable. Like, and I think that's the idea because they sort of play on that a bit. Like, it makes people uncomfortable, and they're both like, "But we're so in love." And then they introduce another character, which is Mariah's daughter. And Mariah's daughter is like 25 years old, like nearly 30. Like she's like old. She's got to run her own business. She's got her own family and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, okay, just you're gonna meet Mum's boyfriend. This is awkward. Also, like, I know that you guys saw Shades as actor in Sons of Anarchy, so you guys sort of like him from that, I think.
Yeah.
I hate him in this show. Like,
Really?
I don't like the character, and when I look at the character on screen, he doesn't strike me as somebody who is a good actor. I don't know if it's what the material that they're giving him to work with, but I
reckon he's
think
pretty good
that I
in
need to-
Sons.
Yeah.
I think that I need to see him in
liked
another
him in
show.
Sons.
Yeah, he's awesome in Sons, man. Like, he plays like a lot. Like, his character progression from how he starts in the first season and how things go for him and how he progresses due to certain things that happen to him is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I reckon his acting ability is fucking top notch. So
So
when I
it
saw
could be
him
the
in
material that they're giving him.
yeah, definitely. I reckon it is because
Yeah.
Could be
But
like
I
Peter
don't-
Dinklage from Game of Thrones to Destiny.
Yeah, true. Like I genuinely do not like when Shades is on screen.
That's sad.
Yeah, so him and Mariah, because I don't like them as characters, now they're together in every scene. It's not entertaining for me. Luke Cage, I like him, but I don't like Claire. And again, we've discussed this at length, but I don't think that Claire is the anchor that they want her to be. Like, she should not be the thing that connects these four shows together. She's great. She's a wonderful actress. She was a fantastic character in season 1 of Daredevil and season 2 of Daredevil. But in everything else that I've seen her, aside from like her small appearance in Jessica Jones, I think she played a good part in Jessica Jones. She sort of connected them just because it was just like, how the hell did this happen? It was random. They went to the hospital. She was there. It was organic. But her, going to Harlem and meeting Luke and that, and then going back and taking karate lessons, like the rest of it feels forced. I feel like season 1 and season 2 of Daredevil, season 1 of Jessica Jones, it felt like she had an organic place in those series, but it doesn't feel like that here. It feels like she's literally in the show to progress the plot, and I don't like that. I don't like that she's telling me, the viewer, how the person on screen should feel. Like there's issues with like Luke and his father, and she's sitting there and she's going, you need to deal with this. You need to deal with your father issues because I didn't deal with my father issues and my life sucked and you don't want your life to suck, so deal with your daddy issues. And he's like, bruh, don't tell me what to do. And she's
Give
like,
up
fine.
the stripper life, Luke.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like that with Luke. It's like that with every character that she talks to. She's always like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it's like, all right, done. I think that there's a lot of room for... I can feel something coming, and I don't want to say what it is because it's going to spoil it. And if it happens, I'm going to really appreciate it. So I'll wait and see. But the only thing I can say is that Luke Cage does get better as the season progresses. I'm on episode 4 now, halfway through episode 4. It does get better as the season progresses, but the things that bothered us in in episode 1, and I guess the end of season 2 in total, are still persistent problems in this season.
Okay.
I think that season 1 had a better like overall soundtrack. Like I like the soundtrack of Luke Cage season 2.
Okay.
But not as much. I guess like I, without trying to sort of like I'm confusing myself a little bit talking about it, but it introduces a new flavor of music because they go to like the Jamaican side of, I don't know exactly where they are, but they're like, we're not in Harlem anymore, brother. And they're playing Jamaican music, and that like reggae, and it sounds awesome, and I love that. But then when they go back to like they're in Harlem and they're playing sort of the jazz kind of stuff, a lot of it feels like forced. Like it feels like really shitty jazz. Like some of the writing, I think there was one in episode 1 where he's like, I'm all about the jazz, baby. I'm all about the jazz, baby. And it's just like that's the song. And then one of the other songs, in like episode 2 is very similar. Not like exactly the same, but it's like
repetitive and just shit. Like someone's like,
someone's
hey,
like, oh
generic
shit, we gotta put a
musician,
song
can
in
you
here.
please
Jesus
make-
Christ.
yeah.
Hey, you improvise, and you rhyme Kodak with Kodak. Let's go. That's what it feels
Done.
like. So I think, I don't know if it was like maybe they were working on season 2 and then at the end they were like, oh shit, we didn't put enough music in it, we got to force some music in, because it feels like they're trying to do what season 1 did, which was really like heavily rely on the music to sort of portray a particular feeling or sort of give the theme of the episode. Like certain songs they'd be singing in the background and it would sort of have something to say about what was going on screen, which was really smart. And season 2 doesn't do that as much. But we've got a new villain that's introduced that actually, like, he's interesting, sort of. Like, he's a mobster. He's pretty similar to like what Cornell was doing, but there's this other element. There's this sort of like he's not like, he doesn't have like supernatural abilities, but there's like a supernaturalness to him. I don't know how to explain it without you guys watching it, but essentially, long story short, Luke Cage season 2. So far, I'm halfway through it. I am enjoying it.
There are only
It's
8
good.
episodes.
Right? Yeah, but it's better than season 2 of Jessica Jones.
Okay, cool.
Because I think as of now, season 2 of Jessica Jones is the worst. Oh, not the worst, but like obviously there's Iron Fist and then Jessica Jones season 2 being like the lower side of the Marvel shows, and anything on par with or below Jessica Jones season 2, I don't think that I would watch like again or even watch. If another review came out and this person was like, oh, it's about as good as Jessica Jones season 2, I'd be like, cool, not gonna watch it, because I feel like Jessica Jones season 2 was just a very consistent meh that my life could have lived without. And Luke Cage season 2 sits a little bit above that, and I think the main part is the main actor. Like he's just a really cool dude. You like watching him on screen. He's a nice guy. He's just trying to do the right thing, and Jessica Jones doesn't have that. I feel like season 1 for me, we talked about it, definitely had the Dave Tennant in my heart. Just like that drew me to the show. And when I think back on it, most of the things that I liked about season 1 of Jessica Jones are based around the villain. Like I don't really like Jessica Jones that much in the show, because obviously in the comics she's a different story, and I'm like keen to steal them off you one day, Reg. But yeah, essentially. Yeah, it's better than Jessica Jones season 2. And I think that
to DC.
Yeah, I think that eventually you guys should get around to it. You'll probably enjoy it. I'll give you my full thoughts when I finish it, probably next week.
All I can think of is like we've watched the first episode, wasn't too keen on it. Do I want to watch more, or do I watch something that I know I'm going to enjoy?
Yeah.
I don't like the thing of like, hey man, like this is really good, but you need to get through like the first 5 episodes, or like, yeah, you need to watch the first season. It gets really good after that. It's like, man, I don't have that time to spare to like watch through shit for it to become good.
Yeah, that's fair. For me, honestly, it was just episode 1. From episode 2, I was like, I wouldn't say hooked, but I'm enjoying it. Like I'm not watching it and going, oh my god, this is shit.
Who directed episode 2?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, mate.
Hilary Duff.
Dude, that's why it's good, because it's Lizzie McGuire. Fuck yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, Lucy Liu.
That was a really, really good pull. I like that. That was nice.
Name of the episode, director, Hilary Duff.
Real question.
Hilary Duff?
Yeah, she's Jack now. Have you seen Hilary Duff lately?
She's on that show that Jed watches, Younger.
Because I was going to say, she's one of those like child stars that went in the right direction. She like lifts and stuff. It's amazing.
The right direction.
The right. Wow, Nathan, come on, mate. What's going on here? Keep it clean. Keep it family friendly. You fucking wetback.
No. Here we go. Oh, we decided we weren't going to be racist.
Here we go.
Okay,
again.
Let's stop. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Anything else? Not you. You've already spoken. Talking to Nathan. You've had your time to shine. Have you watched anything else? Fuck.
Yeah, I said I don't know, and you said not you. I'm talking to Nathan.
Oh, because Finn said something. I heard Finn and not you. Because he talked over you like a rude motherfucker he is.
Wow.
So did you say you don't know if there is anything else? No?
Nah, that's about it, man. Like I said.
All good. Let's talk about what I've been watching, which is not much. I've watched Luke Cage with you. I've watched Jurassic World. What else did I watch? Not much. Still watching My Hero Academia. I've almost finished Megalo Box, which I talked about a few weeks ago. It's really good. If you guys get around it, it's only 13 episodes. There's 12 episodes out so far. Last one's going to come out either this week or next week. But it's like a really cool sort of underdog story about this boxer that just wants to make it in the real world, you know. Cool animation as well. Apart from that, still playing Fortnite, still playing Quake, and playing Black Ops with Finn. But something that I was talking about to Nathan yesterday, I don't know if you got around to it, but Spider-Man comics, Amazing Spider-Man, fucking, it's getting really good.
Yeah, I'm keen. I'm gonna get into it.
You haven't read any of it?
I have not.
No. Okay. So basically, what's happening is after Secret Empire basically Peter Parker was the CEO of his own company, Parker Industries. He loses all that, goes back to living in the slums, goes back to working at the Daily Bugle, and one of his old enemies comes back, and he teams up with another enemy, and oh my lord, fucking so good. Just yeah, so that's been really good. I've read probably like 5 or 6 just yesterday, just because I want to know more of what's happening. Issue 800 came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's gigantic. Have you seen it?
Cute.
It's like a big
I have
fucking
not.
magazine, so something huge happens in there. I don't know what it is yet, but all I can say
Something
is
huge.
get on it. Yeah, so
Cool.
it's
Awesome.
an anniversary issue or something. It's pretty big.
So how many things, like how many issues would I have to read, like, to catch up on this shit?
Well, that's
I
the
had-
thing. So you could just jump into the current arc.
Yep.
It would still make sense.
But do you reckon I'd appreciate it as much, or probably not?
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
should I go
I
back
watched.
a bit?
I read from like when this current run pretty much started
Yeah.
up until like when the Superior Office was introduced, and that's sort of where I fell off, which was just before Civil War 2. Civil War 2? Yeah.
Secret Empire.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. Sorry. Yeah. So I started that, and that was like 20 something issues, and there's probably been another 20 since then. Like you could probably get them in trades, man, and I think that run is really enjoyable. Like Spidey's in like Japan for some time. It deals with like obviously the clone conspiracy and stuff too. Which didn't you get the clone conspiracy? Because we were all gonna get it because of like the connecting covers, but then we saw them when they were like.
I got the first one, and then I mustn't have said to order the rest, so I have the first issue.
Oh, so
It's,
I take issue with.
yeah, that was a really good story. But yeah, no, you could just read the current arc, and like I reckon that's fine. Like there's pretty much, I would say, read the annual from this year, which I've got, and then from there it goes, I think it's 794 up to 800, so it's like 6 issues. That current arc is sick.
Okay, cool. Maybe next time I'm around at yours, Rag, I can, do that.
Yeah, sure,
Read some
man. Yeah.
Comics. Gotta be
It's
keen on chatting
yeah.
about it with you, because I honestly, like, comics don't really get spoiled for me, really, ever.
yeah.
Like big things happening in comics, unless it's like massive. But even then, the only reason it gets spoiled is maybe you'd mention something, or like maybe one of like comicbook.com might send an email or something like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, nothing gets really that spoiled for me, which is good. But I'd definitely be keen to read those ones, man.
Sick, man. Yeah. But yeah, because if not, like, it's, I think there were about 32, and then they did that Marvel Legacy thing when they went back to the old numbering system. So it went to like 700 or something, or 790 or something. No, it's up to 800. So yeah, like Nathan said, I think there's about 35, 40, I reckon. But yeah, if you just read the current one, it's fine. There's nothing that sort of major that happens. That's the thing with comic books, like there's not so much that can happen because they still go on kind of thing. So it's like a sitcom, like, you know, some little things like, oh, they're dating someone different now, but obviously the villains will always come back, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
there's no real like good jumping point, I guess, unless you jump in like in the middle of an arc. Yeah. Apart from that, yeah, nothing else I can think of. I haven't gone back into Assassin's Creed because I haven't had like long play session. Actually, the fuck am I talking about? The Crew 2.
Oh yes. I
The
also
croissant.
Yeah,
croissant
the croissant.
too.
So
French
there was
version.
the open beta over the weekend, and I completely forgot about it. Chris, friend of the show, was online while we were playing Black Ops, and he was like, "Oh, might jump on Black Ops later, but I'm just gonna play the open beta for the Crew 2." And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about it. And he's basically giving us like live commentary while we're playing a different game. And he's like, oh man, this is so fucking cool. Oh, you can get these cool fucking cars that make cool noises. It actually looks really good. I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, man, I had written this game off like when they announced it. I was like, first one was kind of average, still kind of fun, but like I played it for a solid maybe week or two and then just moved on with my life because, yeah, like whatever. It wasn't anything out of this world. Anyway, when they announced that they were going to make The Crew 2 with car racing, boat racing, and airplane racing as well, I was like, mate, you couldn't pull off just the car racing. What the fuck are you doing? So I'm just like, whatever. Like, this game's gonna come out. I'm not gonna go anywhere near it. And Chris is playing and he's like, fuck, this is so cool, man. And then he starts driving the boat and he's like, man, it actually handles pretty decently. And then he's in the plane, same thing. I'm like, don't say that to me, man. I don't want this game. So I downloaded the beta as well, and I woke up the next morning and I'm like, I really hope this game is shit. And oh my lord, they have pulled it off somehow. I don't know how, but they've pulled it off. It looks great. It runs great. Servers have been doing fine. I don't know how many people have been playing it, if it's still going to fuck up on day one or whatever, but even just playing on my own, I'll be happy to do that. So the amount of, I was saying to, because Nathan, I think me and you were talking about it.
No, we weren't.
Weren't we in the car?
No, we were.
Okay. I was saying that the first one, they kind of tried to shoehorn this gay, like, cop, sort of undercover cop story where, I don't know, some sort of Need for Speed kind of plot, and it just like it was just kind of lame. Whereas this one, they've just like completely scrapped that. They've just gone sort of Forza Horizon 3 where it's all like festivals and different little places around the map where you like go in there, do some races and stuff. No real story. It's just people having fun like in those little festivals. So basically you have a bunch of them, and the big hook of this game is you can play the whole map of America, and it's not to scale, but it's fucking massive. So you have like a part that's like a desert, and you can do all your off-road racing. You drive like buggies, dirt bikes, that kind of shit. As previously mentioned, you can drive boats, so you have different boats. That's, yeah, plays really good, looks great, and you can pilot airplanes as well. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Is the beta finished?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it has. Fuck, because I
would
just
have run
clicked
over the
it's like,
weekend. Yeah.
It's like the Crew 2 beta will be live on June 21st. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it comes out on Friday
fuck.
though.
But then, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm definitely getting that. So you have that, and then you go into like the street racing part, and you get like all your Japanese imports, that kind of thing, and then you get. There's even, I found out yesterday, I played a little bit more. There's Formula 1 cars as well. There's so much stuff in it. My big complaint about the first one was it just gets repetitive because it's like the same thing over and over again. It's just like they've tried to fill up this giant map, but it's all the same stuff, so it doesn't feel like it's, you know, a big area because you're just doing the same shit. Whereas this, it's just like the variety is just fucking crazy. There's so much stuff to do. So it's like, I don't know, like you're driving a car, you might be like, okay, well, I'm kind of bored of this. I'm going to drive something else. And like, yeah, I'm sold. I'm getting it down.
Yeah, I'm sick, dude. How much? Have you seen how much it's going to be?
I think it's going to be $69, but
That's
I'm
not too bad.
100% sure because I haven't checked like Big W and Target and stuff. So
yeah,
we'll
that's
see
fair, dude.
on
Well,
Friday.
awesome. I'm kind of glad you like it because you're like a massive like motocross, like racing car, like person. You love that kind of shit. So it's kind of nice that there's something out that kind of caught you by surprise.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I didn't want to on it because I've got other things to play. But yeah,
Other
I'm
things
not
to-
gonna.
to
Yeah, it's
play.
one of those things though. It's not like single player games. You can go and be like, okay, yeah, this sounds cool, but I've got other stuff to play. I'm just going to pick it up when it drops down in price, and I'm still going to have the same experience. Whereas this, it's completely online. So if I get it later on, like, I'll be behind other people, because it's essentially like an MMO. Like when you're playing online on that big map of America, you're playing with other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to fall behind. So I'm getting it straight away. That's pretty much it, I think. Fuck, I almost forgot that. I was like, yeah, what else did I do? That was fucking yesterday.
Yeah, I like legit. I was like staring at it as well, just sitting there, and I'm like, no, not much else to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Retarded.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let's wrap up the show and talk about our recommendations. Let's talk about our recommendations for the week.
Recommendations.
Okay, this is recommendations, the part of the show where we give you some recommendations on how to spend the rest of your week. What have you got for the people, Nathan?
I mean, my recommendation is another sort of like weird one, similar to last week. Just kind of like an overall, just kind of like a life recommendation. And it's just like, if you see something nice and you want it,
Touch
like
it.
a cool statue or a set of fantastic lightsabers, just buy them. I mean, obviously, depending on your financial situation, maybe don't buy everything. But like,
Sell a
buy
kidney.
Just
the thing is,
don't
Just
buy
to
a
buy
house.
yeah, like I just mean like sometimes material things will make you happy. So let them make you happy while they can and you can afford them. Because later on in life you might not be able to afford them anymore. And then you won't have had that time when you were happy and broke. At the same time. You'll just be broke.
True, man.
So
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
That's
I
my thing.
embrace that, and I accept that as my.
I feel like
my
this
life.
podcast is very focused on getting people to spend a lot of money. I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
pop culture though. That's all it is.
True.
Yeah.
True.
God damn.
You knew what you got yourself into. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking
Yeah.
to you, listening person.
Listening person. Amazing.
What have you got, Finn? Nothing.
Nah. support franchises and stuff that you grew up on that you have crazy nostalgia for, even if they make mistakes. Because if there's like a massive backlash against it, and then no one goes to see these films, then they're not going to make any more.
It's
And
gonna
money
die.
is the thing that drives them.
I
So-
hope you're listening, Star Wars subreddit.
Yeah, fuck every Star Wars fan who says shit like that. Makes me want to cry. But yeah, I know it's just some elitist bullshit. That's all I reckon it is. Just people trying to be cool on the internet. But yeah.
On that note as well, don't upload porn to Nintendo games. Come on. Like,
Come on, guys.
Come
What
on,
do you mean?
guys.
Come on.
I mean, there's a line, and you crossed it. Speaking of which, I'm going to play some Super Mario Odyssey tonight because my internet's out.
Your internet's out?
Jokes. No, it's not. How would I be talking to you if my internet was out?
Why did you say that then? Could have been using your phone, idiot.
Fight me.
Anyway.
Right, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation is if you watch something one time and you think, maybe I didn't like it as much, watch it again. You might enjoy it. Just like, even if you have enjoyed it, like Nathan watched Solo again today, and he enjoyed it even more than when he watched it the first time.
I did, and I genuinely think that movie is worth a second watch. Also, on that note of watching things that you didn't like when you were younger, I'm going to take you up on that offer, Roger. I'm going to watch The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan tonight. I'm excited. I'm very keen to get into that movie. I feel like it will have changed, and I will love it today.
Please tell me you're
Be
not
right back.
serious.
I'm going to get a bottle of vodka to get through this movie.
I've got another one here if you want it. You might need two.
A bottle of vodka or another recommendation?
No, 2 bottles of vodka.
Oh,
Another recommendation: don't fucking watch it. From what I've heard,
Yeah.
does not sound like a good time. Fuck.
As a self-proclaimed massive fucking fan of everything that has anything at all to do with the Last Airbender series, do not watch that movie. If
But
you
it's
still are
It's
at a point
directed
during,
by
you are
Shyamalan.
yeah, exactly,
Shyamalan.
and it's the reason why he stepped
Directed
away
by
from making
Mulan.
movies for like 5 years. It's directed by Mulan. She would have done a better job, and she's a fictional fucking character. Anyway, if you have any part of your heart that still feels love for absolutely anything at all, that movie will destroy it. It will destroy love. It is honestly the worst piece of shit I've seen in my entire life.
Well,
Like it is.
speaking
I
of
don't
piece of
think I've
shit,
seen a movie worse than that.
I was in the classroom today, and someone was like, "Oh, did you hear they're making a live-action Lion King?" And people were like, "Oh, yeah, it sounds sick." And one of them was like, "Oh, yeah, I saw the trailer over the weekend." And I was like, I don't think you did." And then the teacher was like, "Hang on." Teacher was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, cool. Let's play it on the projector. We'll all watch it." And she like types it on YouTube. And you know how people like make their own trailers and just upload them on YouTube?
Yeah.
It was that with like some images of like some savannah animals and shit, and like Pride Rock and shit like that. And then it cuts to a lion roaring on like top of this rock, and I'm like, I just yell out in the middle of everyone. I'm just like, "That's from Narnia."
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's fucking great. And then someone's like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "I fucking watched Narnia." It was legit, just Aslan just roaring. I was like,
That's amazing.
That's not it. You fucking idiots. But yeah, I think that's it for the show, boys and girls. Thank you for my co-hosts for hanging out with me again. Thank you for the listeners listening for the show. Yes, English, please. Okay, I'll say that properly. Thank you, listeners, for listening to the show. If you want to send us your feedback, we are on the social medias handles Hangs with Rog, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We also have a YouTube channel of the same name, Hangs with Rog. Or you can email us your feedback at hangswithrog@gmail.com. That's it for this week, children. But before we go, we'll remind you of what we always say on the Hangs with Rog podcast, which is,
if you are trying to sneak something into the country that is probably not allowed, hide it in your chocolate pocket.